Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. My name is Duke, and today we are back in Terraria. So, in the last episode, we had discussed just going straight into the Wall of Flesh fight. In the meantime, I had a moment of clarity. So, instead of doing that, what we're actually going to do is wait until we get a goblin army fight. So, the goblin army invades, it attacks your spawn point, and they attack in waves until you defeat enough of them, basically. Now, the real problem with that fight is it is way harder in hard mode. Like, with our current gear, we shouldn't have too much trouble with the fight, honestly. We have good gear, we are kitted up for it. Typically, I do it sometime around dungeon. Like, sometime around when I do the dungeon fight. Just because it's a little bit easier, or a little bit before that even. Just because it's nice to have the weaponry that it gifts you with, basically. So, being that we are past that point, we shouldn't really struggle with this fight. It should be a pretty basic fight for us. A little stingy, but that's alright. Yeah, we shouldn't struggle too much, but what we do need is enough of the battle standard, or enough goblin tattered cloths to make a battle standard, which will summon them if we don't get a natural one. Now, the goblin, goblin scouts, they spawn along the ends of the world. So that's where we're headed now. To get over there and see if we can find anything. It'd also be good to see if we can figure out where the angler's going to be and get that pylon built out. Man, this is a good flat area though. But yeah, I'm glad we remembered that before going into hard mode. The hard mode fight will kill us probably several times, honestly. But if we do it pre-hard mode, we could get out without even getting hurt. Ow, ow. Oh, I guess there's bees. Is there bees in that tree? I don't think I've ever had that happen. Some light going with this, just so you guys can kind of see a little better what we're doing. Come on, here we go. All right. Awesome, we made it. Man, we can not get them placed on there. Okay. Now the thing is, the angler is usually floating on the surface. We also don't really want to go too deep because we will die. Yeah, I get the feeling that if we didn't see him, we're probably not gonna... Oh, no, he's literally right there. Here's our guy right here. Yeah, so he will give us fishing quests. So what we're gonna do real quick is cut down some trees and build ourselves a house. We'll need a few. Come on. Okay. One more of these. Alright, now we want the sand blocks that were right here. Oop. And we'll build ourselves a little dock. There we are. Okay. Awesome. Okay, and now break this side. There we go. Next step, we want to replant because we're not going to be able to renew any of the tree types unless we do. Okay, now we want to break these out. Just like that, we got a couple houses built. So we'll build a crafting bench. Set it over here for now. Yeah, we need more palm wood. We're gonna get too much done, it looks like. There we go. Let's see, and 2 chairs. And 2 more doors. Alright, we're gonna do... That crab was violent. Oh, he is. That's good. Okay, first door is a normal door. This door is a... Oh, come on, pick it back up. This door is a normal door, and then over here in the middle, put the palm door. Table. Table. Chair. And chair. Now we need a background. That bit is a bit harder. Until we get some of these trees growing, we're going to struggle a little. So what we'll do for now is plain wood walls. And then once we get more of this wood, we'll come back and redo these. Not bad. Okay. With that, we've got 2 houses that are suitable. Cool. All right. Now, can we do anything with this wood? Candles are nice. How much? We don't have enough. That's the problem. I want to try to keep it thematically, but I don't know if we have enough. Any wood can make tiki torches, which will be good for the outside, I guess. And then we'll need some platforms for the far side. Yeah, we'll just have to do normal torches for the inside for right now. So we're going to break all those, and we're going to place them... There we go. There and there. And right there. And there. Not perfect, but it's good enough. And one of those there. And then, of course... Ooh. Well, maybe we could do some palm tree decorations right away. There we go. What if we do... We could do 2 lanterns. Right in the middle. 1. and 2. I like it. I'm happy with that. And that'll make our life easier later. Okay, last but not least, we check our housing. Oh, man. No. Hold up. Oh, dude, why did you let him in? What's the matter with you? Housing is missing a table. Yeah, and it needs to be missing that lady, too. We don't want her in here. We want him in here. Right, it's like, hey, we can't put anyone there. Housing. Our boy, the angler. Yeah, that's fine. Goblin army approaching. Okay, that is what we were waiting for. Sick. That was actually great timing. So, step 1 is build some walls. They are going to march on us. And those walls will stop them, sorta. And our next step is to build a couple platforms off the walls so we can jump up and attack. We need the same on the other side. Yeah, so we're good to jump and attack. We'll be using some different weapons for this. Oh man, I'm excited. I don't really think there's much we can gain from this. Oh, see, bottom right-hand corner here. Yeah, here we go. Ooh, that's not great. The wall needs to be higher. The wall needs to be higher. Okay, that wall's high enough now. Yeah, we can lose a lot of NPCs here if we're not careful. Okay. Same story with the imps, basically. So they're not very strong if you can get to them. Okay, that will make us a lot better off. Now we can put our freaking doors back. They just kick them right off the hinges. Alright, now. Ooh, that sucked. Okay. Ooh, we're like stun locking ourselves. Okay, here we go. Ugh. Yeah, so that's the other annoying thing, is if we open up the screen, right? If that wall comes onto our side of the screen, then they will be able to jump up and get us. Hang on, what if we do this block instead? Oops. There we go. Yeah, that's gonna be the strat, it looks like. Oh, the hole's too big. The little ones can get through. Nice try. Yeah, come and get it. I wonder, if we open these, do you think we can shoot from one side to the other? Oh, open it. Open the door. I love this. Let's try this one out. Ooh, that's pretty good. Yeah, those guys are the real threat, honestly. And calling them a threat might be a little optimistic for them. If we were on hard mode, those guys would be the threat, though. There we are. Gather our money real quick. Okay, nice. Some people even use a hoik for this. I don't really do that. A hoik is like it's an exploit, sorta, but it's been accepted by the devs, basically. It's gone so far without being patched that they're like, yeah, it can stay. Come on, we're close. It is nice that the NPCs fight too. I'm honestly not super jazzed about this weapon being our wall of flesh gun. It's not great. Alright, we got him. So yeah, once that little status bar that was in the bottom right fills to 100, you're good to go. You'll have killed everybody, and you're able to take down the wall. Now is the hard part. So what we need to do now is we need to find the Goblin Tinkerer, because he'll provide us with rocket boots, which is the biggest one that we can get from him. We need rocket boots, we need... Ooh, maybe we should do the Sky Islands too, before we get too far here. Let's see, drop off all our money. Okay, now we also want a Night Owl potion and a Hunter potion. And we're gonna drink both. So the Hunter potion should allow us to see any enemies like that guy. They'll light up. But it should also show us allies, because we are looking for a tied up man. A worm. Slimes. There's our guy. Bound goblin. Ooh, man, that was a good one. It does not usually go that easy. He can be anywhere. Basically any cave region you can spawn in. So, he can be a little bit tricky to find. And sometimes he'll die too, because he can take damage from enemies. So we need a shop from him. We need these 2 items. They're expensive. That's all we really need from him, though. So we're going to teleport to the roof, grab our gold, and head back down. Eventually, we'll build him a house on the surface. It's not totally necessary at the moment, though. Let's see, down to the first tracks, I think it was. Ooh. Hey, we got the slime pet out. Awesome. There we are. And down to our boy here, which we will shop. We will get our rocket boots. That one's huge. Tinker's workbench is also good. And the last thing I actually want to do is reforge with this guy. So each of these have modifiers. Like this one has godly modifier, which is the best one I can get for this specific weapon type. What we want is a better modifier than we currently got with the weapon we have. So we need to reforge this annoying handgun. It costs a ton of money. To a murderous handgun, which is a little bit better. 7% speed is pretty good. Okay, not bad. It'll definitely help. I don't know if I want to press the issue further. We could do our Muramasa, but again, like they can get better or worse, which is the worst freaking part, honestly. And why most people hate this guy. Because you will spend the most money in your entire playthrough reforging weapons from that guy. He's just super expensive to deal with. But this table is what we're here for. This is the big one that we care about. So, what we need is we need to go chat to our guide and see what we need to make our upgraded boots. We need Spectre boots first. Dune Rider boots would be cool. Yeah, so if we can get our Hermes boots, tie them to our rocket boots, it will give us Spectre boots, which are a better version and will give us both abilities. So that's the main goal, is to actually combine stuff to gain additional abilities to your gear. Right, so Spectre boot, that's going to be huge. I believe if we have the anklet of the wind, we have the aglet, which is needed. I think we need another piece, though. Which, if I recall, is a jungle drop and kind of a pain to get. So we'll drop in our Spectre boots, which we're looking at this one. Yeah, we need the anklet of the wind, which will give us these lightning boots, which is just a better version, basically. Hellfire treads. Flamewalker boots is a vanity item. Fly at the work and run super fast, leaves a trail of flames in their wake. So not that good. Yeah, we'll start with this, which now will open up our next lovely step. Go and drop our aglet back in there. Yeah, we need that other anklet. Okay. In the meantime, do I have any gravitation potions? I have a teleportation potion. We can take the risk. Heart reach, restoration, hunter. No gravitation, but we'll have a feather fall. So, now we can jump, do our first jump, and then do a second one, and then die when we hit the ground, which is so good. I know, I can't believe you guys didn't ever realize how good that was. Now we have to climb all the way to the sky. Okay, so the reason we're headed up here is hopefully to find the horseshoe, the balloon. So if we can find both of those, it'll be ideal. It'll replace our sandstorm in a bottle, with a version that lets us jump higher and take no fall damage. And with how vertical we can now get, that part comes in handy. So we're going to build up until we hit the limit. Oh man, look at that. Okay, we're at the limit. Well, we're not at the limit, but we're getting there. And then we're going to build a little platform. This platform is going to serve a few purposes to us. Main one being, for right now, is that we'll be able to, hopefully, use it to get the sky islands. But once we get into hard mode, we will need to kill wyverns. And having solid ground to work on is huge for that. Honestly, surprised we haven't run into any harpies yet. Ooh, that slime's going for a ride. Whoopsie. Yeah, the problem is we run into the same problem we normally run into. When things leave the screen, it's considered spawnable area, basically. Just off screen. Even if it's not necessarily spawnable beyond that point. That's not a bad way. I'm hitting E, by the way. That is the default key for this. Honestly, this could be my new strat. It sounds horrible, but... Ooh, harpies. Come on, get close enough for me to kill you. Let's see, if we're lucky, that means we have something down here. Probably not. Hey, there's one. Nice. Alright, guys. Welcome to the first sky island we found. And inside, red balloon. Not bad. I have the sun. It's decorative. Some bombs, little money. Honestly, not super sure where these are meant to exist in your progression. I mean, as you can see where mine exists. And if we see that slime on the balloon later, we should shoot it down. Oh, this thing shoots so much better now. Ha! Oh, check that out. It's a house, so she's able to spawn here. Are you happy here? Hang on, are you happy here? Perfect. No one in the way of building infrastructure? That's pretty good. If we could get a couple people up here, we could probably get a pylon from her. Honestly, that's not horrible. So the pylons are basically like the only fast travel system that the game has to offer for you. We're going to glide as far as we can. Go up again. Hope we can see something before we touch down. My eyes are on the map over here because that's our best bet. Also, if we climb that giant tree we found before, could help us. Into the snow biome. We have 8 minutes of feather fall, so may as well use it. There's the meteor. We should check that out. These are meteor heads. They are the reason why I don't really like to farm the meteor. Wonder if we could blow it up. Can I just bomb the meteor? Come on, you used to let me do this. I don't think that worked. Oh, you can't. That is the worst. Yeah, we'll leave it for now. There's not really a point. Basically, until you've mined 75% of the meteor, those meteor heads will spawn. And they're just super, super agitating. And since we've kind of skipped that section of the progression, we actually don't need to take down that meteor. Though typically that is probably where I would go for armor before going straight to the molten armor. But I think for this playthrough, we're going straight to molten. Of course, we're making lots of friends right now. Yeah, honestly, a gravitation potion would have been ideal. If we had one, that's how we'd be doing this. Gravitation potion would allow us to get up there without any real struggle. You can use them, basically you use the arrow keys to switch gravity around. And that allows you to go really far. You can basically just hover within the area where they typically spawn. Ooh, that's a harpy. That might mean we're good. I don't know if that means anything, honestly. But we made one annoyed. So we might as well check. Plus, monsters can't climb ropes. And look at that tiny eyeball. What do you think that means? Who's that guy? Ooh, man, we are moving at just the right pace. Okay. Oh, that was too high. Ooh, but I hear water. Hey, here we go. Another building! Nice. Man, if we keep placing lights, they're gonna keep spawning up here. Okay, Gills Potion. We don't need much of this. This sword is kind of nice. It hits a falling star wherever you're pointing, which is actually pretty sweet. Like, it works pretty well. More bars, don't really need it. Put a painting in here. One more. Sure that housing is suitable. All right, I want to test if we can jump off one more time. Murder all these real quick. We're also on the lookout for a giant harpy feather. That'll give us wings. Pretty much straight into hard mode, which would be nice too. Okay, we're a bit high. Hopefully, if there's water noises... Honestly, fledgling wings would also be just a really good drop right now. Hopefully this doesn't mean we're over the ocean. Yep, it does. Because you got to remember, we can't actually swim. So, if we go in the ocean, chances are we die in the ocean. So one last thing we could do is try and get a good drop with our ocean chest. If we could get the correct item, we have a gills potion, so we could go into the ocean, check the chest, and see if we can't get the water walking boots. Because if we had those, we could make the lava waders, which will make traveling down in the bottom a lot easier for us. So maybe we'll check that out next. Plant that real quick. What do I need? What do I need? Don't tell me I left that gills potion. Might have. Ooh, it also looked like there was harpies up there. There's one. Yikes. That's not ideal. Break the surface! Just barely. Not bad. Let's heal up real quick. Okay, we're gonna fall right down. Pretty much at the edge of the world. No chests? Don't tell me I only get the one. That's rotten luck. Boom! Broke the surface. Nice. Okay. Not the end of the world. We can make do. Next, we're gonna do our teleportations. Ooh, a spider cave. So, teleportation potions drop you somewhere random. You know, like you imagine. The reason why we're using them is to try and see if we can find new and different areas that we need. So, one of the things we're on the lookout for is the shimmer. This is really not a bad spawn either. If we can get the right drop for a chest, we can get the only grappling hook that I consider better than the one we have now. On the right side, most things can't reach us because when they try, they're going to fall in that lava. Again, it'd be way better to get this done pre-hard mode, because after hard mode, they actually have strong bad guys in here. We're looking for a webbed chest. One of those lovely items that's not guaranteed. That's poor spider. Huh. Oh, the stylist is down here. Ooh, we got it. The web slinger. Ah, this thing rocks. So, oh wait, there's even more stuff in there. Take all that, actually. So, the reason why this is my favorite item, and one of the best you can get, is it is the best grappling hook. You can shoot 8 grappling. So, where the other one's really good for positioning yourself, because you have 3, so you can always have 3 points of contact, and really, like, angle yourself exactly how you want to be angled for building, moving, etc. That one's awesome because it gives you 8. More points of contact, easier to move, and like I can position myself a little bit closer to this wall or a little bit closer to this wall. The options are just really good. Man, that was huge. Plus we got the stylus now, which, you know, I don't know. I usually don't do much with that NPC, but it's always nice to have. I wish we had a shine potion. Ooh, check that out. Heart statue. And we are struggling. There we go. So, this button will likely set off this heart statue, which will then spawn a heart. But it's also going to drop that boulder, so we're going to step on it and go. Yeah, because that thing would still just murder us. Ooh. Look at that, guys. That's super good. Not bad. Honestly, pretty productive so far. Ooh, a water chest over there. Remember, if we can get those water walking boots, that's the move here. Those boots will free us up a lot. There we go. Flippers. Not that good. Unfortunately, we'll take the Titan potion. The archery potion. Yeah, that'll work. Man, this place is crawling with crap. There's one there, there's one there. The boulder will fall on you. That boulder falls if you step on that one. Where are we right now? We're actually not that far from the elevator. Alright, let's try the next teleportation. Unfortunately that one's pretty much a dud. Yeah, this is just on the path. Ooh, this one's less of a dud. Where are we at? Ooh, okay. That's where we went last time. Yeah, we'll want to be careful. Geysers are another weapon. Holy, that looks like a dead man's chest in there. So, all these traps are associated to that chest. The only trap we really need to concern ourselves with is the bombs. The bombs will clear this whole area pretty much. Man, I really gotta get a summoner item or something. Yeah, that would have not only done all that, but it also would have blown us to the moon. So, you know, better that we have that. Not a bad thing, though. Not great, not horrible. Pretty middle of the road as far as those go. Okay, looks like that's the jungle. Not horrible. Ugh, I gotta get a summon, dude. So I typically play Summoner, and one of the great reasons why is because then you don't have to do that much actual fighting. You're able to focus on your tasks while your summons go out and kill everything that tries to step to you. It is a beautiful system. What I want to know is why that. I guess it was a thorn. Okay. I'm doing okay. Mostly just hunting for gear right now. Sometimes the dangers around you will tell you where the stuff is. Not so much this time. Awesome. Yeah, lava is killer in this game. Initial damage plus damage over time is no joke. Almost all the farms use it in some capacity. And there's another dangerous sense. Honestly, I'm thinking that's probably all there is to offer from that. So, what we're going to do between episodes, I'll go ahead and show you guys, just because we'll be doing it. Let's just drop down here real quick. You can run some lights. It'll be nice to be able to actually see as you fall through this pit. There we go. Okay. So, what we're mostly going to be doing is bombing the crap out of this lower level. Yeah, we're going to pick our level, which I get the feeling is going to actually end up being somewhere around here-ish. And we're just going to dig out, or bomb out in most cases, the whole area. Then we're going to fill in the top layer so we have a bridge to walk on. There we go. Okay, here we go. So to drain the lava, we're going to mostly use bombs. It won't actually drain it, but it'll lower the floor. It should drain it slightly. That's actually worth keeping. That's not. Cut that guy down. Yeah, then we're going to use bricks, stone and stuff, to build ourselves a platform. The goal being to have as flat of a platform as you can manage to fight the wall of flesh on, because you're going to run backwards away from this thing. So what I'm going to be doing between episodes is building this out properly, so we have ourselves a usable platform. Now this is going to involve a lot of tedious work, so I'll record it, but I might not show you guys too much of it, just because it's pretty basic stuff. It's just place and walk, you know? Doesn't matter what you build it out of, it's non-destructive. The wall of flesh fight doesn't break blocks. So, you know, build it out of what you have, build it out of soot, build it out of dungeon brick, it doesn't really matter. Watch out for the hellbats, and if you get knocked into lava, you will probably die. But beyond that, yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. So, thank you guys so much for joining me today in today's episode, and if you liked it, go ahead and leave a like. If you have any comments on how I should be playing differently, or things that you guys want to see in the upcoming episodes, feel free to drop them down below. I'll go ahead and read through all of those. Again, thanks so much for joining me, and we'll catch you in the next one. Talk to you then.